Hey everyone, this is Sarah from Plantful, and I'm back with another Plan With Me video. This time we're going to set up for the month of August. So right here we have my cover page, which was inspired by the cover of the book The Alchemist. And this was a really fun cover page to make. I really enjoyed the pattern. And then next to that is my mood tracker for the month, and I didn't end up really using this at all because it was kind of a mess, first of all. And I also just realized that mood tracking is really not for me, so I'm just gonna skip this spread next month, which you'll see. And then moving on, here I have my goals page and habit tracker, which is always a holy grail in my bullet journal. Like, I can't live without this. Every single day it just inspires me to complete my habits and keep me on track really in life. So yeah, and then at the bottom here I filled out all my goals right here, and a lot of these goals did end up happening, which is great because every single time that I open the page to fill out my habits, and I do that every single day, I see my goals and I read over them, and that really helps me stay on track with them. And then my next spread contains an expenses tracker and a reflection page. So I have my expenses covered up here with a tarot card. This spread is always really helpful for me to keep track of everything I spend and all the money that I make during the month. And then here I haven't filled it out yet, but I come in at the end of the month, usually like the last day, and fill in a summary of everything that I want to remember from the month. And both of the pages in my next spread are new for this month, and I'm super excited to show you guys and talk about them. So on the left I have a page of gratitude, and this was so much fun to fill out this month. Every single day I would come in and think of something I was grateful for and fill out a doodle to go along with it, and I had so much fun doodling every day. I actually ran out of space on this, so I haven't been able to fill it out for like the last few days in July. Maybe next time I'll try to like doodle a little bit smaller. But yeah, I'm super happy with how this turned out, and it's so much fun to look back on. And the next one was a page of intentions. So these were just 4 intentions, really simple, that I wanted to remember throughout the month, and I really like how this turned out too. So then I'm just going to flip through all of my weekly spreads. So this was the first one, and this one was where I started to use like some stickers. These were ones that I got from a planner meetup, so I'm not totally sure where they're from. Same with the washi tape and these terrarium ones. My next spread looked like this, and this one was kind of throwing it back to the mountains and plants theme that I did last month. This spread is my very first spread that contains my stickers. So this is my very first sticker sheet, which looks like this. Then my last spread for the month of July looks like this, and it's still in progress because it's only the 24th right now. But this one is kind of a very dreamy, celestial moon and kind of space theme. This spread was made using another sticker sheet that you can find in my Etsy shop up now. So yeah, you can grab one if you want to make a spread like this. And that's it for my flip through, so let's get into planning for August. So first here I'm setting up my cover page for August. And I didn't really know what my theme was before going into this, so I just kind of started drawing some crystals and seeing where that would take me. And I ended up drawing kind of like a cluster of crystals, and I thought maybe I could make it into like a terrarium, the big one right there. So you'll see I start kind of drawing some plants inside there, and then the plant theme kind of took over this page, and I ended up drawing a big plant all over the page. So that's kind of how my process works for whenever I do drawings. I kind of just start with one object, usually it's like a crystal or plant, and then I kind of go along with drawings that match that theme or kind of look good with it. So like, for example, if I started drawing a mountain, then I would probably start drawing some suns or something, or like something else naturey, and kind of just doodles that go along with that first one, and just kind of keep building on from that until it looks somewhat cohesive and hopefully not too cluttered. So yeah, that's kind of how this spread came about, and also my process in general with drawing. So right here I'm just fixing up the bottom part because it looked a little off, and just kind of fixing it in so it looks correct with the way the plants are and the way the crystals are. And for this part I'm just using a very basic mechanical pencil. For stationery in general, I usually try to use the most simple and easy to find stuff that I can, and also the least amount of different items that I can, just because I think that makes it easier for you guys to go out and get the supplies I use if they're easy to find and there's not like a million different kinds of pens, and you know, so that's kind of why I tend to use the same products in each video. This pen right here has replaced my Tombow Mono drawing pen just because I ran out and I was using it for way too long after it's kind of started, the ink started running dry, so I ended up replacing it with this one, and it's a lot cheaper, easier to find, and the Tombow one was always sold out online, so I think this is a good alternative. And this is also like the darkest black fine liner I've ever used, and I just love how thick and bold the lines are. So that one is called the Le Pen Technical Drawing Pen in .03. For the color here, I'm using the Tombow dual brush pens, and as always I will list the colors and more details about where you can find them on my blog post, which is linked in the description. As I mentioned in the very beginning of the video, I'm not going to do a mood tracker this month, so I ended up putting my gratitude page right next to my cover page. And pretty simple for this one, I'm just doing a header at the top with 2 different styles of lettering. Moving on to my habit tracker for August. This month I decided to switch it up a little bit and make my habit tracker vertical instead of horizontal, and also have it only take up 1 page instead of a full spread. So to do this I had to cut down on the habits that I'm tracking by a lot, so I cut it down to only 10 of the main ones, and I also split it up on the page like this. After drawing out all those lines, I'm just adding some doodles on the top and bottom of the title and keeping up with the same crystal and plant theme here. I really like how this page turned out and how it looks a bit more minimal and simple than my usual habit trackers, so I'm really excited to give this page a try and see if it works better for me than the usual ones that I do. setting up my goals and intentions page for August because this one was new in July for me, but it worked really well, so I'm keeping up with it. And I've kind of gotten used to drawing the crystals and vines in this style, so I left out the pencil and just kind of went for it. For this header and also all of the other headers that you've seen me set up in this video, I've been doing a cursive lettering and then doing some fake calligraphy on the downstrokes to give it a little dimension and be able to fill it in with color. Here we have, as always, my last two pages, which are an expenses tracker and a monthly reflection. And I didn't end up changing these up at all, so I don't really have anything to explain about them, but I'm just kind of continuing the same theme with the doodles and everything. I got some ink on the page, which is what you're seeing there with that black smudge, but it's not a big deal. I'm just going to cover it up with some paper and glue it over that. So now I'm going to do a final flip through of my August monthly pages. So we have my cover page here, as well as my gratitude page. The next spread has a habit tracker and goals and intentions for August. And lastly, we have the expenses tracker and reflection page. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please go ahead and check out my Etsy shop if you want to see stickers that I have up now. I'm really excited to be selling stickers now. And as always, check out my other social media sites, and I will talk to you all in the next video.